How's it going, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to Catching Cars. My name is Isaiah, and this right here is the key to our test vehicle today. Thanks to Drive, we have this 2021 Mercedes-Benz CLA 180. So of course we're going to go ahead and take this out on the Autobahn and see how it goes. And then I'm going to come back and tell you guys what I think. But before we get going, be sure to subscribe to Catching Cars, and I'll see you guys on the Autobahn. We are on the Autobahn now with the 2021 CLA 180. It is a bit dark right now, just so you guys can see the ambient lighting. I hope the camera can pick it up. It's really a party trick of most new Mercedes nowadays. The car is in sport mode. The AC is off. We're just going to go ahead and launch it, see how it goes, and then I'm going to come back and tell you guys what I think. So as you saw, it takes a bit to get up to 200. We couldn't even reach 200 speedo there. I mean, I could have gotten a bit closer to that car, but it doesn't make too much sense. We don't want to be dangerous. So what is there to say about this CLA 180? So first things first, this thing looks absolutely beautiful. I really love the design of this. It looks really like a shrunken CLS, and I actually think this one somehow looks better. I think the design just looks better on a slightly smaller car. Although this thing is actually not as small as you may think, especially due to the profile, it looks a lot longer and sleeker than it actually is. So really like the design. I've gotten a lot of compliments driving this, even though it is only the CLA 180. So basically the base model here in Europe. And it does have the AMG package on it, so it has bigger wheels, and overall just looks really, really nice and elegant. Also the interior, as I said, has this cool party trick, as most Mercedes have nowadays, and you have these really cool ambient lighting, and I mean, you can change the colors on it. You can see now it's fading in between different colors, and I can go in here and change the colors to basically anything I want. It is a bit complicated, but you do get the hang of it after a while. So let's go ahead and go to ocean blue, for instance. You have everything in blue. You go to red moon, which is what I had on earlier. You have a whole bunch of different colors and have it fade colors as well. So really, really nice. And I really, really enjoyed that. Really enjoy the interior as well. You have this Alcantara here on the door, and a lot of people say Mercedes interiors are getting kind of cheap, but honestly, I think they're not as bad as Volkswagen and Audi have been getting lately. Even though I am honestly an Audi fan. So really nice. I just really like this interior ambiance, and the exterior, as I said, looks really nice. Now coming to the engine, as I said, this is the CLA 180, and honestly, how do I put this? It's more of a sheep in wolf's clothing than a wolf in sheep's clothing. So it looks a lot faster than it actually is. A few people walked up to me and said, "Oh, that's a nice car, cool. How many horsepower does it have? Blah blah blah." And I'm like, "Well, it's the 180. It has 136 PS." They're like, "Really? Are you sure? 136?" Yep, 136 PS. So I think this with the AMG engine, either the 35 or the 43, is probably a nice vehicle to get. But overall, this one is definitely kind of slow. I think for the average person that just wants a cool looking car, I think this should be fine. But for me, honestly, it's just a bit too slow, to be honest. I topped this out at 220 downhill. There's a limiter there. Maybe on the straight you can reach about 205 to 210 kilometers an hour, which is fine. As I said, most people don't go that fast anyway, but it just takes a long time to get there. Now when you do get to around 200 kilometers an hour, this thing also feels a bit unstable compared to, let's say, an Audi A3, for instance. Just doesn't feel quite as, I don't know, I didn't feel quite as safe driving this, you know, at higher speeds on a bumpy Autobahn. and a curvy Autobahn as I do with some other vehicles. So that's to be noticed. I think that probably the AMG version feels a lot better, I'm sure. But overall, this 180, I guess really not the driver's car. It just looks really elegant. As I said, get a lot of looks with this, more than I expected, honestly. And people don't really know it's the 180 unless you have the badge on the back, which this one does. But even then, they'll ask you, hey, nice car, looks great, can I sit in it, can I look at it, blah blah blah. So overall, a really nice vehicle. Me personally, I would get a bigger engine. I always say go above 200 horsepower. Maybe the CLA 200 with 163 horsepower is fine, but still, that's a Renault engine, just like this one. So personally, I'd probably go with the CLA 250 at least, or the 35 AMG, or the 43. But that'll be it for today, guys, or for tonight. I hope to see you guys in the next video. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment down below, like the video, and until next time.